Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching my videos and always coming back to watch my videos. If you're new here, my name is Ankesh from Kenya, Africa, and I'm a survivor of narcissistic emotional abuse. Today guys, I'll be taking you through the 2 things that you need in order to stop attracting narcissists in your life. And guys, it's no secret that the world is full of narcissistic people. And with today's technology, I believe the epidemic we are experiencing will get worse before it gets better. This is enough to make many of us to want to hide under the rocks and become hermits for the rest of our lives. But guys, the fact is, there are good people in the world. We just need to make space for them. But the big question remains, how do we then do that? By getting rid of people who are toxic? But how, when it seems that every time you turn around, you discover yet another narcissist in your life? It's really quite simple. Perhaps not easy to do, but still simple nonetheless. There are only 2 things you need in order to stop attracting narcissists, and this is what I will be discussing with you in today's blog. I hope it gives you some clarity and guidance, guys. Whenever I think of providing value to you, it really lights fire under me. Bringing you recovery tools is so high on my priority list. Now, guys, for those of you who want to make sure you don't attract another narcissist in your life, there are only 2 things you need. And these 2 things are neither of which they have nothing to do with narcissists or anyone else for that matter. These 2 things are always at your disposal. If you have them, you'll never have to worry about being in a relationship with another narcissist. And guys, these 2 things, they are personal boundaries and deal breakers. Why are these 2 things so important? Because without them, it won't matter how much you know about narcissistic traits. Without these 2, you could write a dissertation of narcissism, yet still find yourself in a relationship with one. Someone will ask, how do I know this? For one, it happened to me, and it's also happened to many of my friends too. There is one major flaw in believing that knowing everything there is to know about narcissism will save you from attracting another one. And it's that you're still focusing on things outside of yourself, things you cannot control. Not only that, it will keep you in a state of hypervigilance, learning the risk of never trusting anyone again. One of the things I've come to know over the years, you can only control yourself and what you need inside your relationships, may it be romantic or otherwise, to maintain a sense of emotional safety. And now, guys, let's break down these 2 simple yet life-changing concepts and how they can help you avoid ever attracting another narcissist in your life. Let's talk of personal boundaries. Personal boundaries are the physical, emotional, and mental limits we establish to protect ourselves from being manipulated, used, or violated by others. These boundaries allows us to separate who we are and what we think and feel from the thoughts and feelings of others. They are the limits beyond which you'll never go, and which other people are not invited. In fact, they are not welcomed. And guys, one thing I know from experience is that recovering abuse survivors often find it extremely difficult to implement boundaries because they fear upsetting other people, or maybe that setting boundaries may jeopardize their relationships. These are normal feelings, yes. They are very normal to have, but also there are major reasons why you need to figure out your own boundaries before entering in any relationship or implement them in your existing ones. Guys, figuring out your personal boundaries helps you determine what we need in our relationships to feel safe and valued. So it's important that you determine which things makes you feel uncomfortable and go from there. For instance, you may find it rude when someone that you've made a lunch date with spends a larger amount of their time texting on phones. You would want to explain to them that you would prefer when you two are together, they try to be more pleasant with you by spending less time on their phone. After all, if you have made special arrangements to meet someone, they should recognize that your time is variable. And if it's going to be, if they are going to be continually texting other people where you guys you're with them, then it defeats the whole purpose of your spending time together. Determining your personal boundaries is all about honing in on your feelings and honoring them. Personal boundaries are generally covered in 7 areas, and I'll be explaining them precisely. Emotional boundaries are violated when someone criticizes, belittles, or invalidates your feelings. And physical boundaries, guys, may be violated if someone touches you in ways that maybe makes you feel uncomfortable, or when they invade your personal space, like grabbing your phone or checking your call history. Talking about sexual boundaries, they can be violated when and with an with unwanted sexual touch, pressure to engage in sexual acts, or uninvited sexual comments. For example, a sexual boundary violation might be involve a new date asking you your sexual preferences or history when you barely know each other. Let's talk of intellectual boundaries. They are normally violated when someone dismisses or belittles your thoughts or ideas. Time boundaries, they are violated when another person demands too much of your time. And this is when isolation from family and friends occurs, guys, because an unhealthy partner will insist that you spend too much of your time with them. And material boundaries are violated when someone takes or damages your things, or even when they pressure you to maybe give or lend them your possessions or money. Spiritual boundaries are violated when someone uses religion to control you or belittles your own spiritual beliefs. And guys, now, having looked on personal boundaries, let's go to the second thing you need in order to stop attracting narcissists in your life. And we'll be talking about determining and enforcing your deal breakers. Guys, your deal breakers are part of personal boundaries. They are a bit more rigid. With personal boundaries, there may be some room for compromise. But in deal breakers, on the other hand, these are areas where you will not compromise at all. They are qualities that would disqualify someone as a dating prospect or a long-term partner, regardless of how many awesome traits they have or seeming connection you may feel you share up to the moment of deal breaker. And guys, just because someone is fun to go out on dates with, that does not really make them the best candidate for a long-term relationship. Determining your deal breakers is just as personal as determining your personal boundaries. What this means, you could be slightly different. Your deal breakers might be slightly different from someone else. But guys, deal breakers are not something you need to whip out on the first date. In fact, personally, I would not advise it because manipulators will then hide their involvement in your deal breakers and put on good stage show of being the perfect match for you. And now, guys, as I come to an end of today's blog, I just want you to know that deal breakers are for your emotional security and stability. If you discover someone has broken one, you don't even need to let them know about it. Just thank them for the good time and be willing to walk away, like literally walking away. If I talk about walking away, I'm not saying you should go and come. It's literally like walking away. You mean walking away. And guys, if you are in an abusive relationship and you are ready to break free and want to get started on the stages of healing after narcissistic abuse, there is only one way to do it. Let me show you how to forget the narcissist and move on with your life. So guys, kindly subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed. Like, comment, let me know how you think about this in the comment section. And don't forget to hit notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a video. And guys, if you